Hi everybody, welcome to my kitchen. Most of you know me. Some of you know my dog Azure. Come say hi, buddy. Out here. So Azure is a Great Dane. He is about 18 months old and he is a shameless counter surfer. He will steal anything off the counter. Sometimes he'll steal when we're standing right next to him. I've even seen him try and steal out of dinner plates while people were eating. I would love to say to you that Azure acts this way because he's just a jerk dog and she's just untrainable and just a bad, bad dog. But the truth is, Azure steals stuff from the counter because we trained him to do it. We didn't mean to, but we trained him to do it. My husband and I have been really kind of irresponsible about leaving stuff out on the counter, and he has found fabulous things that he can steal and eat. So, as your dogs are growing up, when they get to the point where they've seen everything down low where they are, they're going to start inspecting the world of up. And some dogs reach that stage a little bit earlier than others. They start to investigate the world of up. So your first line of defense for counter surfing is that when your dog looks up here to see what they can get, there should be nothing there. Keep your counters clear of anything fun, anything tasty, anything that you don't want your dog to get should not be on the counter while they're young. Because once your dog gets a cheeseburger off the counter, they're going to remember that forever, and it's going to be really, really hard for them to pass it up. So now I have to go back and I have to fix my mistakes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little training exercise with Azure where he leaves things alone while I'm working on them in the kitchen. So I have here some turkey in a fry pan. I'm going to make up some turkey meatballs, and I have a bowl of treats here. So I don't know about you. I'm weird about handling my dog's food and my food at the same time. So I'm actually making turkey meatballs for my dogs. If you're not going to be preparing treats for your dogs, you can just get out a bunch of their food, be up here messing with their food. It doesn't have to be food that you're going to eat. That would feel weird to me, and I think it would be gross. So I'm going to make some turkey meatballs for my dogs, and I am going to pay him for leaving us alone. So I'm going to start out by asking him to go to his bed. Sure, go to your bed. Good boy. If your dog doesn't already have a go to your bed command, I'll put a link in the comments to how to teach that. Azure, go to your bed. And he'd really rather not go to his bed right now because I have really good food up here. So I'm going to manage it, make sure that he can't get to it, and I'm going to say, go to your bed. And my criteria for being on the bed is that he go all the way to the bed and he lie down. Nope. Try again. Go to bed. Down. Good boy. And he, as you can see, he doesn't really want to get too comfortable on the bed because he'd like to be able to steal something in case I happen to turn my back. So I'm going to just start working. And every now and again, I'm going to pay him for being on that bed. Now, how long I pay him and how much I pay him depends on a few things. It depends on how good he is at this. Like right now, he's not very good at it. He's having a hard time with it. Down. So I'm going to want to pay him a little more often to make sure that he stays in the position that I asked him for. But over time, you're going to want to start to vary both how much you pay him and how often you pay him. So, and also the value of what you pay him. So sometimes he's going to get a piece of chicken, sometimes he's going to get a piece of kibble, sometimes he might get just a plain old crunchy cookie. We're going to really stretch out that time. But the whole time he stays on the bed, he is going to get paid. You want to be careful of how trusting you are here. So, like I said, Azure is not very trustworthy in the kitchen yet. He's still very young. So I am not going to turn my back and go away and trust that he's not going to get up and leave this stuff here. When he gets a little bit better at it, I will be able to walk away from what I'm doing and trust that he's still going to be here when I get back. You're a good boy. Now, I also like to practice this at the table. I like to sit at the kitchen table, send my dogs to their bed, and throw food from the table. You want to get something that's pretty tossable. Happy Howies are pretty good about you can toss those and land those right on the bed where you want them to be. Um, don't do this while you're eating a meal. So I don't like to train dogs while I'm eating a meal. I think that's pretty annoying, pretty frustrating. I think your best bet is to just have something at the table, maybe a little snack, do some work, and pay your dog for being on their mat. Now, the more you do this, the more your dog is going to start to choose this mat as a default behavior. If your dog gets paid a lot, really, really good things all the time for being on this mat, that's the choice they're going to make. They're going to choose to be on this mat because good things happen. If they never get any reinforcement from up here and they get a ton of reinforcement from over there, that's what your dog is going to choose to do. So get yourself a mat. I like the raised cots. I think it makes it easier for the dogs to stay on there. It gives them a boundary. Um, get yourself a mat. Get yourself a little project at your counter. Pay your dog for staying on their mat. Don't do this for hours on end. 10 or 15 minutes. Give your dog a chance to be successful. Make sure they get really, really heavily rewarded. And then over time, start to pare down your rewards until you just start to notice that your dog, when you're in the kitchen, is choosing to be on their mat rather than up in your business. Have a great day.